Hey guys, Scott from Frightprops here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Screambox Micro. Screambox Micro is a very small MP3 player that is triggerable with an attached speaker, so that you can easily hide it in a prop or in your costume. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the unit itself, show you how to power it up and how to trigger it, and then take a look at the internal components as well. First thing we'll want to take a look at are the wires that are attached to the unit. You can see that we have 4 wires here. We have the power wires for the unit, black and red for positive and negative, and then we have a green wire and a yellow wire. To trigger the unit, you just touch the yellow and the green wire together once the unit's powered up. So anytime you're looking to trigger the unit, that's all you need to do is connect these 2 wires together, touch them, and it will trigger and play the sound that you have stored on the unit. You can just wire directly to 12 volt DC, going to the positive and negative power wires, but we're going to use an adapter here today. This is a female power supply adapter with screw terminals. We have negative and positive here, and we're going to go ahead and just take the wires from the Screambox and screw them into this, which will allow us to easily adapt to a standard power supply. You do want to be careful with your polarity, so always make sure that you're going positive into the positive terminal, and negative into the negative. All right, so we have a 12 volt 1 amp power supply off screen here, and we can go ahead and just connect that to our power adapter, and that will power up the unit. The unit comes preloaded with 4 sounds, and it will play each one in sequence and then repeat once it gets to the final sound. So when we touch the 2 wires together, it'll play our first sound. If we touch them again, it'll play the next sound. Okay, third sound. And the 4th sound. And if we touch them again, it'll start the sequence over, playing the first sound again. Now you can wire directly to power as we've done here, or if you need a more mobile solution, you can wire up to a battery pack like this one, which has 8 AA batteries in it. We can go ahead and disconnect our hardwired power and wire up to the battery pack here. Switch the battery pack on, and now this will operate in a mobile mode. This is good for applications where you need to walk around, so for like queue line entertainment characters or costumes or anything like that. All right, let's take a look inside the unit. We're going to disconnect from power here, set that aside. The top of the unit just pulls right off. And you can see the speaker here. If you set that aside, you can see the internal circuit board. The circuit board has a pot here for adjusting the volume. So you can just use a screwdriver to turn that up and down, make it louder and more quiet. It also has a micro USB port for connecting to your PC to load sounds onto the unit. So to load sounds, you basically take the cover off, attach this to your PC via micro USB, and then load the files onto the internal memory of the circuit board. When the unit's powered up, you can see there's an LED indicator here that lets you know that your power is on, so the unit's getting power. To reassemble the unit, you just insert the circuit board back into the casing, place the speaker back on the top, and then place the cap over and sink it down. Wiring up to a trigger is also simple. Like I said before, all you have to do is connect these 2 wires together to trigger the unit. So if you use any of our simple triggers like this proximity sensor, all you have to do is wire the 2 wires into the trigger. In this case, it doesn't matter which wire goes to which terminal, because we're just looking to touch them together when the trigger activates. Again, this is a proximity sensor, so when we bring the other portion of the sensor close to the trigger, it'll activate. This could be anything from like a step mat, a hand trigger, or any of our other triggers, like a motion sensor or beam sensor, but for those you would also have to bring in additional power to power the sensor. This sensor doesn't require any power, so we don't need to do anything additional there. Alright, so that is a quick look at the Screambox Micro. If you have any questions, leave a comment on this video or send us an email at sales@frightbox.com. Thanks!